I have a system as x minus 3y plus z equals 1, and negative 2x plus y plus 3z equals negative 7, and x minus 4y plus 2z equals 0. Were you able to watch the videos and redo those problems?
Yeah, I did. I'm still a little confused.
You can be confused. I'm saying you can be confused because it's only this. That's all you need to do. 1 and the corresponding zeros, 1 and the corresponding zeros, 1 and the corresponding zeros. This is the sequence. Okay, so let's start. So I have 1, negative 2, and 1. I have negative 3, 1, and negative 4, 1, 3, and 2, and 1, negative 7, and 0. Fractions are not difficult, but I don't want on a final exam or a test to have fractions because it takes a long time. That's all I'm saying. But there is nothing wrong with fractions. Okay, so I have to multiply row 1 by something to add it to row 2, and row 1 by something and add it to row 3. What do we multiply by?
Would it be 3?
So we are looking at the first column. We are only looking at the first column. We are multiplying row 1 by something to eliminate this, and row 1 by something to eliminate this.
It will be 2 then, sorry.
Good. And for this one?
Negative 1.
That's it. So now we copy the row that we multiply. That one does not change. 1 times 2 minus 2. Negative 3 times 2, negative 6. Negative 6 plus 1, negative 5. 1 times 2, 2. 2 plus 3, 5. 1 times 2, 2. Minus 7, negative 5. 1 times negative 1 plus 1. Negative 3 times negative 1 is 3. Minus 4, negative 1. 1 times negative 1, negative 1, plus 2, 1. 1 times negative 1, negative 1, plus 0, negative 1. We accomplished the first column. Where is our next focus? Of course, now it's row 2 with something, as long as I have a 1 here. But I don't have a 1 there just yet. So what will be the next step? I need to obtain a 1 here. That's my next step. What do I need to do?
So do we divide?
Yes. What by what?
Negative 5 by negative 5.
You mean row 2 by negative 5. I cannot pick and choose. It's not negative 5 by negative 5. It's the whole row by negative 5. Again, I multiply the whole row by 2 and add it individually. I multiply the whole row by negative 1 and add it individually. I'm not saying it didn't say that. I'm just emphasizing. So we have to divide the entire row by negative 5. Good. That's the next step. That's correct. So I copy everything else. Zero divided by negative 5, 0. Negative 5 divided by negative 5, 1. 5 divided by negative 5, negative 1. Negative 5 divided by negative 5, 1. Good. In the next step, I have to multiply row 2 by something to add it to row 1, and row 2 by something and add it to row 3. At this stage, I'm using row 2. what do I multiply row 1 by to eliminate this? Row 2, sorry. What do I multiply row 2 by to eliminate this? And row 2 by to eliminate this?
Would it be 3 and 1?
Yes, indeed, 3 and 1, perfect. I copy the row that I multiply. Of course, I cannot destroy this. This is carved in stone. Nobody can change that. 1 times 3 minus 3, 0. Negative 1 times 3, negative 3, plus 1, negative 2. 1 times 3, 3, plus 1 is 4. 1 times 1 minus 1. Negative 1 times 1 minus 1. Negative 1 plus 1. Okay, we have never talked about a system like this. So if all one row is made out of zeros, in this case, which is a true statement, 0 equals 0, this system has infinitely many solutions. So we have the first equation, which is x minus 2z equals 4, and we have y minus z equals 1. So from here, I'm going to solve for x, 2z plus 4. From here, I'm going to solve for y. And here's how we show the triple. X is 2z plus 4. Y is z plus 1, and z is z. This system cannot be solved with the RREF in the calculator. So let's look, just out of curiosity. Where are you guys? Here you are. Okay, so when we go to matrix, second and matrix, and we want to edit matrix A, and it's a 3 by 4 indeed. I go back quickly at the beginning. So I have 1, negative 3, so 1, negative 3, 1, 1, and then negative 2, 1, 1, 3, negative 7. I'm just curious to see what RREF says. 1, negative 4. I don't think it can handle this, because the determinant of the matrix, which we have not talked about determinants, is not a number. This matrix does not have an invertible. It's not invertible, meaning it does not have an A inverse. Okay, so I go to second and matrix, and we want to do math with it, and we want to do, where is RREF? Right here, B. Let's go back up. Okay, and matrix A. I'm just very curious to see how is this going to handle it. Okay, so it does show the same thing that we just obtained. It's able to, because it doesn't give us the solution. It just gives us the fact that the last row is made out of zeros, which is a true statement. If I had obtained 0 equals 5, like this, 0, 0, 0, let's say 5 here, the system would have had no solutions at all. But because this is a true statement, indeed 0 equals 0, then we have something called a parameter. So if z is 1, then this is 2, and this is 6. If z is 0, then this is 1, and this is 4. If z is -1, then this is 0, and this is 2. I calculated based on z. That's why we have infinitely many triples, ordered triples. So the idea is to understand the steps. So the first step is to have 1 here and then eliminate these 2. And the next step is to have a 1 here and eliminate these 2. And the last step is to have, we didn't get there because it was already 0 equals 0. We have to get a 1 here and then eliminate these 2. It was not the case here. Do you think that this is good enough?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. If you think we need another, we can choose another. Anything else we need for test 5? Is there anything else that we need to go back to? From test 5? Or can we go backwards now and review for the final exam? Please talk to me so I know what to do. Please.
I'm good to start going back.
Okay, good. So we looked at some exponential and log equations. Okay, so let's look at other equations like radical, rational. So I'm going to have the book here and I'm just going back. Other types of equations. Okay, so let's say a radical equations. Let's say the square root of x plus 10 equals x minus 2. This is a radical equation. Anyone remembers what we need to do here to solve for x? What is the operation we need to perform? What would you recommend as the next step? Anybody remembers what we need to do here?
Would you square the right
Yes.
side?
No, everything. I square the left-hand side as 1 unit, and I square the right hand. I cannot pick and choose. Whatever I do to this side, I have to do it to this side. Okay, perfect. What do I get here, and what do I get here? Anyone, please? Please say something so we don't waste time.
Would on the right side be x squared minus 4x plus 4?
Excellent. And on the left-hand side?
X plus 10.
That's it. So now from the radical equation that we started with, now we have a quadratic. I have to set it equal to 0, always. X squared minus x minus 10. You can use the apps, but there is no need. This is too easy. Anyone? Please.
X minus 6, x plus 1.
X minus 6 and x plus 1. Because the product is -6 and the sum is -5. So then we get x equals and x equals. Very good. What do we get?
6 and -1.
Yes, but remember, there is a big problem with squaring both sides. Potential big problem with squaring both sides. I must check Back in the original problem, this is not the original problem. This is the original problem. And see, when I plug in -1, the left-hand side is -3. The right-hand side is -3. The left-hand side will never be a negative number. It's not possible. So when I plug in -1, I get 9. The square root of 9 cannot be -3. So this is not acceptable. So this is the extraneous solution. It's correct here. It's correct here. It's correct here, but not in the original problem. With 6 is a different story. 6 plus 10 is 16. The square root of 16 is 4. And 6 minus 2 is indeed 4. So this is acceptable, but this one is not. So this is always the case when we raise both sides to a power. Mainly when we raise both sides to an even power. Remember, you must check. Okay, let's continue with a rational. I'm looking for a rational equation. Quadratic, we just did. Complex. Where are my rationals? Okay. Rationals. Where are my rationals? I lost my rational equations. If anybody finds one before I do. Let's look at the polynomial before we continue. Okay, here's a polynomial. 4x to the third minus 12x squared equals 9x minus 27. Okay, so this is polynomial. Can anyone tell us the degree? What is the degree of this polynomial?
Third.
Yes. How many solutions do I found my rationals? On page 122, finally. Yes, degree 3. How many solutions do I have to find?
3.
3.
Exactly, 3. Excellent. Good. How do I continue? Some may be real, some may be imaginary, doesn't matter. 3 solutions. So even this, as we know, x to the third equals 0, has 3 solutions. It happens that they're all the same, but it still has 3 solutions. And if you remember, when we graphed something like this, it has to cross flat. Not like this, but like this. It doesn't mean that there are 3 solutions here. There is only one solution. But x cubed equals 3 has 3 solutions, and they happen to be the same. That's why it's cross flat, not straight on the x-axis. Okay, good. Coming back to the problem. So what will you do next? Any suggestions? How will you continue? What do we need to do?
Could you divide by 4?
No, because I don't have a greatest common factor. It's only here, but not here. Otherwise, I would have. Yes, to simplify it. Yes, I agree. So when you look at this equation, what comes to mind? What is the first step? You look at it and say, oh, I know. I have to do this first. What do you mean? What do I mean by do this first? There are 4 terms. What do we do with 4 terms? what do we always do with 4 terms? We like 4 terms. We don't like 3. But we do like 4 terms. What did we do in the past with 4 terms?
Can we factor it?
Yes, but it's not ready yet. So I really wanted everyone to say, move it, move everything to one side. I can't handle anything like this that is split left and right. So I have to have 4x cubed minus 12x squared minus 9x and plus 27 equals 0. Now what? It's polynomial. It's like quadratic. Quadratics have to be set equal to 0. Unless we take the square root and yada, yada, yada. But in general. So what do we do now? Anyone remembers what we do with 4 terms?
Could you factor by grouping?
Of course, of course. Good. So what do I factor?
X squared.
Not only. Yes, that's good, but not only.
4x squared.
Good. What is left?
X minus 3.
Good. What do we have to have coming out of the other two? Otherwise, I can't continue.
Also x minus 3.
Absolutely carved in stone. What now? Sign and factor. This times this is this times this is that.
Would it just be -9?
It must
Or
be.
9?
-9, it must be. This times this is this, I cannot fabricate it, right? -9x, positive 27. What comes out now?
Is that x minus 3?
Good. And what is left?
And then 4x squared minus 9.
How do I factor this?
Is it 2x minus 3 and 2x plus 3?
Very good. So here we have 3 solutions. What are they? As expected, 3 solutions. So
Is it 3 halves, and -3 halves?
yes, x equals 3, x equals 3 halves, and x equals -3 halves. Perfect. Awesome. There's no need to check. This is a polynomial equation. Okay. 1 over x minus 1, this is a rational equation, equals 1 over 2x plus 3 times x minus 1 plus 4 over 2x plus 3. This is a situation in which I have to state restrictions first, because rational expressions do not exist when the denominator is 0. So I see 2 factors. I need 2 conditions, 2 restrictions on x. In other words, x can never be this and can never be that. And if I get the solutions to be, or solution to be one of them, I'll say no solutions at all. Which x values are not acceptable?
Not equal 1.
Correct, from here. And from here, we just added -3/2. Good. If you remember, I have to move everything to one side. If you're using my method, if you have a different method, I accept it, of course. But if you'd like to use my method, I have 1 over x minus 1 minus 1 over 2x plus 3 x minus 1 minus 4 over 2x plus 3. When I move these two fractions to the other side, what is left on the right-hand side? Every equation has to have left equal symbol, right-hand side.
Is it just 0?
Absolutely. And thank you so much. At this point, I have to find the least common denominator. What is the least common denominator?
Two x plus 3x minus 1.
Of course, both factors have to be, thank you so much. This one doesn't have 2x plus 3. This one has the whole thing. This one does not have x minus 1. So what do I put at the top? And then I will put 0 over 1, and I will cross multiply. Can anyone tell us what to write at the top? Very simple. Anyone?
Is it 2x plus 3 minus 1 minus 4x minus 4?
But plus 4. Because I have -4 to distribute to x and -4 to distribute to -1. Is that clear?
Yes.
Perfect. So 2x plus 3, -1, -4 times x, -4 times -1. Now when I cross multiply, let's simplify first. -4x plus 2x, 4 plus 3 is 7, minus 1 is 6, over 2x plus 3, x minus 1 equals 0 over 1. Now we will cross multiply. So when I cross multiply, what do I need to write? What is the next step that I have to perform? So from here, what do I write? So let's cross multiply. What do you need to write next? Anyone would like to give it a try, please?
-2x plus 6 equals 0.
Exactly. This times 1, very good. 2x plus 6 equals this times 0, which is 0. Move 6. Divide both sides by -2. Is this on the list of restrictions? No, it's not. Excellent. This is it. Okay, so let's look at the absolute value equation. Let's say 3x minus 1 equals 4. So the previous one was rational. It had x in the denominator. This one is an absolute value equation. How do I handle this? What are the options here? What are the possibilities? The absolute value of which numbers can be 4?
4 or -4?
Yes, indeed. So we have, thank you. So we have two options, 3x minus 1 equals 4, and 3x minus 1 equals -4. Of course, I have to solve, but this is almost done. So we have to convert the absolute value equation into two simple linear equations that I can solve. Excellent. So I move one. So 3x equals 5, x equals 5/3. And the other one, I move one, 3x equals -3, x equals -1. Good. Let's look at one more. Something like, let's say we have 3x minus 1 squared equals 18. Any suggestions on something like this? Always remember, if you can clean it up, you should clean it up before applying any procedure. So, any suggestions
Divide
on?
by 3.
Oh, of course I have to divide by 3. X minus 1 squared equals 6. Perfect. And now, what procedure should I apply? And it has to be to both sides. Whatever I apply, it has to be to both sides.
The square root.
Yes. And remember, this is quadratic. If I don't obtain two solutions, I'm in trouble. So, what do I write?
X minus 1. Plus or minus 6.
Indeed, the square root of 6. So x equals 1 plus or minus the square root of 6. Perfect. Very good, thank you. Okay, let's look at inequalities now. So where are my inequalities? Linear, okay, they're on page 205. Okay, so let's look at, here's one. 4x minus 3 divided by 6 plus 2 going equal to 2x minus 1 over 12. Good. Yes, I can clean it up. How?